Hey everybody, Happy New Year. I hope you guys all had a really beautiful weekend and you're having a safe and happy start to 2018. I hope you guys also had a really beautiful Christmas as well and you are recovering from all the holiday festivities. And I just wanted to start out by thanking you all for all of your love and support in 2017, and I really look forward to what this year has to bring. I can tell already, and I've been given divine guidance already, that this is going to be one heck of a year. So get ready for it. And if you feel that you need any guidance right now as far as a 2018 outlook, or really just a current outlook of the current energies, you can still take advantage of my 25 Days of Christmas sale, which is going on through January 7th. As long as you book by January 7th, you can take off 25% off all readings. And it's my way of giving back to you guys and showing my love and my appreciation for all of your love and support. And you can email me for further details. So this first week in January is really one of the most powerful weeks of the year, if not the most powerful week of the year. And I think that it's really indicative of what's to come for what's expected of us in this year. And we're in such new energy right now. It's in some ways it's almost kind of hard to relay what I feel is going on, because we've entered new energy. There's new concepts. There's new, there's almost new, I don't know what the word is. I can't even think of the word. And that's my whole point, is that sometimes it's kind of hard to put words on the expressions and the emotions that I am feeling and the energies that I'm feeling, because I don't think that they've ever been present before on Gaia. This is obviously all new, twin flames, incarnation, and things like that, and the ascension of Gaia. So it's just going to continue to amp up from here. And I think that 2018, what I'm foreseeing for 2018, is that it's a time for us to really act and implement all the tools and everything that we've learned thus far. I think 2017 was a very powerful year for purging and clearing karma and past life issues and things like that. And that will still continue throughout 2018. But this is more a year of just taking the bull by the horns and being a bit more, I guess you can say, aggressive in our pursuits of fulfilling our missions, and for doing those final clearing out of the clutter, things like that. But really taking the bull by the horns as far as manifesting our highest truth. And that doesn't just apply to union, that applies to every facet of our life. So I think that the first week is really the universe's way and God's way of giving us that push and that nudge to do what it is that we need to do. And Saturn is also in Capricorn right now, so this is really just intense energy of asking us to make some tough choices in our life, and asking us if we're really ready to move forward. And it's a time to act. It's absolutely a time to act. I mean, 2018 breaks down to a number 11 year, but the way that I see it is, 11 is a very powerful number for twin flames, but I see it as the two digits, 1 and 1. It's almost like the divine masculine and feminine side by side, with this one energy of a new start, of a fresh start. Forgive me, guys. It's like 5 degrees where I am, so the air is like super, super, super dry. My throat is super dry with the heat that's blasting everywhere. So going back to what I was saying, I'm probably going to be coughing a lot in this video. So I see it as this one energy, and we're starting a new cycle. We're starting a brand new cycle. And I can feel it already, this sense of newness that I can't even put my finger on, that I can't even find the words for, because it is brand new. It's never been here. It's never been felt. And it's powerful, it's exciting. It can feel a little bit, daunting because you're sort of unsure of what it is that you're feeling and picking up. But it's really powerful stuff. So what I want to say too is we recently just had this super full moon in Cancer. So of course the super moon, you're going to feel the energies even more intense than a regular full moon. But it was opposite Venus. So it was highlighting whatever issues are currently in your relationship. So obviously if you're in a twin flame dynamic and you're listening to this, you may have felt triggered over the last few days. I think really the holidays can be kind of quite triggering for its own reasons, but that in conjunction with the super full moon in Cancer, which is it had a very watery kind of weepy feeling to it. It's you may have been extra triggered or drained or perhaps sad in the last few days. So again, that in conjunction with just the other astrological aspects, it's just been, it's been a powerful week so far. So really go easy on yourself. And I think that, I think that this reading and these messages that are coming through here are going to give you a broader picture of what I feel is going on. So I want to start here with this crowning energy, which is the Nine of Cups. And I don't normally start with the crowning energies, but this is such a powerful card, and this is such a positive card that I think that the energies here are just really trickling down throughout the rest of this reading. And this is such an amazing omen to have for 2018 of the prosperity and the abundance that I feel is already here. But what I feel that this 9 is saying is that you have to seize it. You can't be passive anymore in this journey of life, not just your twin flame journey. You have to really manifest what it is that you want. Sometimes you think you know what you want, and it's good to have to have an outlook of what it is that you want for your life. But I think there's a powerful message that's coming through in this card of also giving it up to God more and asking more of for divine guidance and having them sort of lead you, as well as combining that with your own wants and desires. But there's a very powerful energy that I felt very strongly on New Year's Eve. I felt this energy of being reborn almost in Christ's love, and it was a very, 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 very powerful experience. And I feel that I am constantly reborn in this journey, and I know that a lot of you guys can feel what I'm saying, but I was given the message that this is really what we have look forward to in 2018. There's going to be more messages I feel that are going to be coming through from Spirit. I think for those on this journey, your gifts are going to be enhanced. Your divine gifts are going to be enhanced. I feel that we're going to be getting more powerful messages in the dream state, and this goes as well to the divine masculine. And in general, it's just go time. I can't really stress that enough. It's time to act now and implement all that we've learned. And you can see in this particular deck, this is the Golden Tarot deck by Cat Black, which I love and I always use. In this Nine of Cups card, the imagery in this card is of the Virgin Mother holding baby Jesus, and this is not the imagery that is in the traditional Rider-Waite Tarot deck. And I love that this is the card that came through as a crowning energy for 2018, because this is really what I felt on New Year's Eve, was just this rebirth and Christ's energy. And this is here beautifully crowning the reading, Mother Mary's love, and this brand new baby Jesus, this child of God, which I think represents this amazing rebirth that I feel that we're in right now, this amazing energy that I can't find words for yet. And it's so powerful and it's so profound, and it brings tears to my eyes because the love is so strong right now from God, from Source Creator, that it just feels like everything is possible within that love, And I think that this is the year to really connect with that energy more, and there's many more reasons why I'm saying that, and I want to do so many more videos, and I want to talk more about that because it's just powerful right now what I feel is going on with Gaia. But to go back to this issue of this concept of being reborn, I mean, I think what this is going to translate to within the divine masculine and the divine feminine is, I think it's actually going to look different for everybody. But I think I think the energies are present right now because I think that they want us to fully to manifest our highest desires. They don't want us to be suffering and wondering about union and things like that. And I think that sometimes the message is too much about when is union going to happen and that type of thing. The Nine of Cups is not just about a restoration of a relationship. It's about manifesting abundance in every arena of your life, spiritually speaking, health-wise, financially speaking, career-wise, creatively, with every single facet of your life. It's the road is just golden for you. So I'm almost, as much as I believe in union, and I feel that this is a powerful year of union, I almost feel like what I'm getting from this is that, and what I was sensing on New Year's Eve, is that we have to take more of a focus away from what is happening with our divine masculine, and we have to use this energy to manifest more things in our lives, because it would be really kind of silly. I mean, it would behoove us to utilize this powerful Nine of Cups energy. I mean, I can't stress enough how much of an amazing, powerful, positive card this is for us to receive for 2018. So utilize that energy. If there is a business you wanted to start, or you wanted to move, or you're thinking of, changing your health routine, or starting a diet or exercise program or something like that, I mean, whatever it is, big or small, we're being asked to embark on that right now. So that's for looking ahead. But the Nine of Cups, what I want to speak about, since this is an overlook for 2018, is that the nine represents the ending of a cycle. So I think that for the year and in its entirety, I see us embarking on new things, but I also see us I sort of see an ending of a chapter as well. This chapter of the cycle of suffering that we've all been in, this separation energy that a lot of us have felt ourselves in. I feel that that's all coming to an end, coming to a close. So maybe that's coming to a close because you're actually stepping into your actual physical union, or you're coming to a place of further, deeper surrender, where you realize that the union is already within, and that it is already here, that there really is no separation, and you fully give it up to God. I hope that makes sense here to some of you. So I want to start with the divine feminine's energies first. So this is really interesting, which this is on the right-hand side, by the way. And I got some interesting cards here in all, really, for everybody. But when I was laying out these cards, and I believe this has only really happened once before, but I was having some confusion of where I was guided to lay out the divine masculine and divine feminine side, and normally I'm very clearly guided on how to do that. And my guides expressed that it really is because there is this amazing congruency going on right now with the divine masculine, divine feminine, and we really are, for lack of a better phrasing, sort of on par with each other. And there's this profound merging that has happened, that's been happening for some time. But, there's this balancing of the yin and yang within us. And that's the energy the ideal energy that you want to be in. And of course, the ideal place that you need to be in order for union to happen. So, I'm not one of those readers. I mean, I may have expressed some of this in the past, but I don't generally like to say that when union is going to happen. I think that it's going to look different for everybody. But I still do believe in waves of union, so to speak. But having said all that, I mean, I still do feel that this is a powerful year for actual physical union to happen. Based on this Nine of Cups energy, what I've been shown in recent weeks, what I'm feeling here of this balancing out, this merging of the yin and yang within us, balancing out of the yin and yang, rather, not merging. But I will get more into that concept a bit later, because that has shown up in the outcome card for this reading. But to go back to the feminine's energies, I have the Five of Wands and the King of Swords. So this is really kind of interesting, because this Five of Wands energy could really speak of a conflict, of tension, of strife, and the King of Swords is the clarifier card to that. And I don't feel that, like I said, I feel that this is an end of the cycle of suffering. So I definitely don't feel that there is conflict or tension that will be arising within the divine feminine. But what I've been guided on is that this energy is more about this sort of confliction, I guess you can say, sort of within us, this like stirring of the pot of the energies, because the five, as representing a strong number of change, this is such a powerful new energy that we're in, that we're going to be sort of forced into this powerful cycle of change. Basically, it could cause some conflict within us, or some resistance within us, and it may feel a little bit it may feel sort of internally conflicting at that time, at times, I think, for this year. And I want to give you an example of what I mean by that. In the last week or so, I've been guided from my guide team that and I'm not sure exactly when this is going to happen or how this is going to look, but that this tarot deck that I have had for years and years, and that I've used throughout all of my readings, that I should buy another deck. It's time to retire this deck and to get another one. That we are in such new energy right now that it's sort of no longer applicable, or I have to sort of step into completely new clothing, so to speak, because this deck is somewhat representative of an old cycle. Not that it's bad or anything like that, but we are in such new energy that I need a new deck. And I was so resistant to that advice. I was like, no, but I love this deck. So much of my journey is in it, and my heart and soul, and I love the artistry, and this is my deck, And so I feel that that's what I'm sensing in this Five of Wands. It's that little example, and that's not a small example. I mean, for me, that's a big thing, for a tarot reader to be asked to retire from the divine, their tarot deck, it's not a small thing. So I've been going through this internal conflict with it of not being ready to get rid of it. And I see that this is sort of the theme, I think, for 2018. I think that it's such an intense time of change, and I think that it will cause some internal conflicts, and I think that it's sort of it's a time to be less passive and a bit more. I think we need to embody more of our masculine energy, And I think that's what this King of Swords is confirming as well. And this is interesting too, that this king showed up, because as you guys have heard me mention many times, my divine guidance with these readings is that the King of Swords and the Queen of Swords appears to embody the divine masculine. And I always remark that it's such an unusual card for it to appear as the divine masculine. This card even appears in my readings that I do for myself at times as my divine masculine's higher self. And it's funny because I actually heard another reader recently say that. And again, it's a very unusual energy for a divine masculine to appear as, because it can be somewhat of a cutting energy, but it's not a bad thing. I think that's where we're asked to be right now as the divine feminine, is to embody more of our masculine self as we have merged. We really have merged our masculine self. We really have balanced out our masculine self, I feel. So, or will be if you haven't already this year. And I think that we just need to be a bit more, I don't want to say aggressive, that's not the right word, but just a bit more sort of like forthright in our pursuits. And I think that this is very clearly laid out here in the cards. And like I said, this is the year to act, and to, this king as well. I mean, he's also a very intellectual king. Everything is very well laid out and thought out and that type of thing. And, I think in previous years, it's like the divine feminine was asked to embody this very like compassionate, loving energy, almost like a passive energy. And I think that, of course, we still need to be compassionate and loving, but I don't know, this year sort of feels different. It just feels like we're sort of asked to kind of step up our game. Does that make sense? And I think that's going to cause some internal conflicts, because our lives, I think, are going to look completely differently than it has in previous years. But the message there is to trust that guidance, and to know that God is leading us in a more positive direction right now. I mean, this Nine of Cups card is here as our crowning energy for a reason. So it's important to know that no matter where your life takes its turn this year, you have to know that it's divinely guided. And even if it doesn't make sense at first, or you're resistant to it, it's for your best. It's for your highest interest. So for the divine masculine, for 2018, we have the Eight of Wands. The clarifier is the Seven of Wands. So I love these messages, and I think these are really clear messages for the divine masculine. With this Seven of Wands energy, I mean, this is the stand your ground card. This is all about overcoming obstacles. I think that this is 100% an indicator that, if not already, this is the year the divine masculine will be overcoming his fears, whatever obstacle stands in his way as far as union goes, or really just anything that's not serving his highest good. I think it's a time of an ending of karmic relationships, that the lessons have been learned and implemented, and it's a time to come back to his divine feminine, basically. And the Seven of Wands also speaks of a specific energy where you may have made some strides or some gains in your life, but it's like you have to sort of, fight these battles in order to maintain it. And, that's a lot of what this journey is about. And I don't want to say it's a constant struggle, but, there's a lot of energies that are dark energies as well that I speak on, that, that don't want unions to manifest, that even they just don't want us personally to prosper. And I think that, this is a powerful message that divine masculine is not going to let anything, dark energy, karmic or otherwise, get in his way. He's going to continually sort of fight that battle, stand his ground, you can sort of see, I mean, even in the imagery here, he's sort of charging over to the divine feminine side, moving over to the right. And it's like, I feel that this is the year where he's not going to let anything sort of stand in his way anymore. And as always, guys, disregard my pronouns when I speak like that. But I don't think anything is going to stand in his way to union. I think that, and even based on just the previous readings that I've uploaded, there's just this wonderful clarity and vision of what the divine masculine wants for himself and his life. And I think that, again, with this energy of it being time to act, I see him really doing so and just really, really charging over to the life of his dreams. And that's very much representative in this Eight of Wands card. They call this the Cupid's arrow card, and it's kind of funny because I wanted to place this heart in the reading because I liked a little message on it. And I placed it in the center, and then sure enough, we have these Cupid's arrow. It seems to be piercing the heart, over to the divine feminine. And, this is the divine masculine making his way over to his divine counterpart. And this is a card of intense passion and love and romance energy. And it's a very powerful driving force within the divine masculine that I feel he will come to a point where he will no longer be able to kind of brush off that energy. It's just, I think it's going to sort of he's going to succumb to it and will want to. It's not so much he'll succumb to it, but he will want to make that movement. I mean, this is a very swift movement. This is a swift energy, and it is a card as well of change. So, again, this is an amazing energy to see for this year. So this very well could be the year that you do receive contact or come into union as well. I mean, again, it breaks down to an 11-year. I just can feel in general this year is a very transformative year for all of us. And like I said, I don't like to give predictions on union and things like that, but if this ever were the year, I think that this could be it. And I don't want to say too much on the waves right now, but because I don't know how much exactly that comes into play. I think, like I said, it is an individual journey, but I would say this might apply more to the first and early second wavers than, let's say if you just recently, met your twin flame, or it is possible you are on the fast track and this is the year for you. So take what resonates as far as that message goes. So this Two of Coins energy, this is in the position of the outcome card for union, specifically for 2018. And I thought that this was a really interesting card to get because, like I said, I feel this powerful merging and mirroring going on with our divine masculine and feminine sides. And I'm even seeing a difference in the angel numbers that I'm getting, and I'm going to do a separate video soon on that, how angel numbers may be evolving in your own personal journey and what that means for you, because I find that extremely interesting, that whole topic of angel numbers, and I can see it already, and I could feel the energy. I mean, I think it really kind of solidified around the winter solstice. I could feel this merging of us, and I think that that's really what's coming through in this Two of Coins energy. So to me, this represents that specific thing, which I just mentioned, but also I think the two represents duality. It represents actual physical union. I think that it represents a balancing out, like I said, of our yin and yang, but really also of our emotions. In general, it's just a very kind of, I feel it's just a very placid sort of beautiful energy of equilibrium. And being a Libra myself, I mean, this is kind of music to my ears to know that this is the energy that we're stepping into for 2018. But it's just this very sort of serene, calm energy where it's like we are, I don't know, we've just balanced out so much, like, you know, whereas before there's just been, it was sort of a constant, you know, up and down, you know, battle kind of thing. And I see that cycle really kind of coming to a close in 2018. And you can even see the infinity symbol as well in this card. So, I mean, to me, again, this symbol, I mean, really represents divine union and the eternal nature of these unions and how they really are unbreakable. So, again, this is a powerful union card, I feel. So this could very well be another message of that. But what I want to say too, as far as like this new energy that we're in, I mean, even just recently sensing my twin flames higher self, there is a different sort of energy that's there that is so hard for me to kind of put my finger on and find words for, but it feels so so embedded in me, his energy. It's almost like, and I know that we are one, of course, but it feels even more so that he is me and I am him, and it's almost like we're so merged. And I think this is the message in this Two of Coins, the other message there. It's like that we're so merged that it's almost like he seems to be kind of like oozing out of my pores, if that makes any sense. Like, it's just, we are merged on all levels like never before. And I mean, it was to the point where I felt his energy in my apartment the other day, as if he were just here, or as if he actually were standing in my living room. And I have felt a similar thing in the past of his higher self, but this was just on a completely different level, where, like I said, his energy was just coming out of my being. It's kind of hard to explain. And that combined with the different angel numbers that I've been seeing, I know that this is just an indicator, and this Two of Coins is a further indicator of this greater merging that I see going on. So I can't imagine how this would not play out in our 3D physical reality. You know, if there is this powerful merging within the 5D, you know, I hope that makes sense there. But it's a really powerful energy, and it's a new energy, and I'm like curious to explore it more as I come to understand it more, you know, into this coming year. But it feels very much like union energy is here. This is a powerful message. I mean, I forgot to mention this too. When I was meditating with the cards before spreading them out, Spirit was giving me these images that were very symmetrical, and I felt this energy of just like we're one, like we are completely one, like never before. There is no difference, right or left, awakened, unawakened, masculine, feminine. There is somewhat of a divide because we are two individual beings, but there's perfect symmetry there. And it's just a beautiful, beautiful place of equilibrium and balance. And again, this is what I see for us. This is what's coming through in this two of Coins for 2018. So if you haven't already seen that yet for this union, I mean, for your union, I've seen glimpses of it for my own union. Know that this is coming for you this year. I really feel that. I think that that's really for all waves. So I think that that's all I want to address there for this reading. I forgot to say one more thing in case you guys don't already know. We're having a total lunar eclipse in Leo at the end of the month. So that's a powerful time for also manifesting change. So really, guys, I mean, I can't stress it enough. It's like the time is now to really just take the bull by the horns and to just manifest the life of your dreams. We have so much astrological support, divine support. I mean, it's really here. I mean, it's really quite exciting. It's hard to really kind of summarize everything in one little reading here of what I feel is going on, but I just want to relay how positive this all is. There's no words. Sometimes there's just no words for it. So anyhow, guys, I hope that you enjoyed this. It resonates with you. As always, you can leave questions or comments below. And again, feel free to reach out if you feel guided. I love you all. I support you all. And I wish you all a really beautiful, prosperous year ahead. Take care, everybody.